Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Provost Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning, as we are rocking and rolling on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. And I already got a little one here today. That's
Special guest of the day.
Special guest. Come here, special guest. Come here. Turn around. Camera's right there. Can you wave at everybody? Can you wave at everybody right there? Hello.
Say hello.
You got to wave. If you're going to be right here, you got to wave. And say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. High five. Woohoo! All right, man. We rolling. We ready to go now, Jason. We ready to go.
Yes, sir.
This little toot has been with me on several shows, and she's here this week. She wasn't feeling good this week or this weekend, and she's a lot better now. But she was with me yesterday and went to VBS, and she said, "Daddy, I want to go back to church to VBS." Mm-hmm. And so I said, "All right, well, you can just hang out with me this week, and we'll figure out a way to get through it."
There you go.
So she's having fun, and we are here, and we are rocking and rolling on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome in as we are here on this Tactical Tuesday, as always brought to you by Guardian Defense, episode number 531. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Hurliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, Jason Thompson here in that Bearcat orange, brother. Come on down there.
Yes, I'll do the Bearcat today.
Come on down there, Bearcat.
Come on.
Hey, man, I don't mean – this isn't a negative thing. This is pretty – I wish I could say this. Bro, you kind of look like a Bearcat, buddy.
Oh, okay.
I said, man, you ready to pounce on some folks, man.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I won't pounce on them final exams today.
That's right, man. That's right. So – I'm glad, man. That's a compliment, by the way. If somebody told me I look like the Bearcat, I'd say, thank you, man. I'd get up and run through the wall, you know?
All right, well, I won't see you do it.
Well, you didn't tell me I look like a Bearcat.
Oh, okay. You got to get the orange shirt on, brother.
All week, I'm going to be wearing the same clothes, by the way.
The same clothes?
Yes.
I hope you're washing them.
Well, yeah, I am. Last night I washed the shirt and the shorts again. Every day I'm going to be washing these clothes. It's VBS this week up here at first, man.
You are taking a shower too, correct?
Nah, I ain't got time for that.
Only on Saturdays?
I ain't got time for that. Mm-hmm. I was up this morning. Oh man, it was. Can I get a little describing off of my chest real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't even know what that means. A little
describing off your chest.
It's a great week, by the way. It's these VBS weeks are so much fun. They're long weeks though, and then with my little one not feeling well, I've been trying to figure out how to juggle everything. Bridget, my beautiful wife, she cannot. She's a nurse, and nurses can't just take off. And
unfortunately not.
And you're an EMT, so you know what that was like.
I know exactly what it's like.
When you're in the medical field or the field that you're working in now too, along with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral, you can't just say, "Hey, I'm leaving."
It's not a Monday through Friday 9 to 5-er.
No, not at all. And so I told Bridget, I said, "Hey, I'm going to need you to stay home." She said, "There ain't no way I can stay home." And so I said, okay. My dad used to always say this phrase, okay. And so that's all I said, okay. And Caden's at school. I wish he could be here, but the reality is, with everything I've got going on, and then, trying to manage two little ones, I can't do that too well. So Braylon's going to hang out with me this week. She gets to go to VBS, though. They open up the nursery at like 8:30. So she'll be at VBS, and then she's there till 12:30. So it gives me 4 hours to work during VBS because we're shooting videos. Man, last night I was up till 12:30 in the morning. This is the describing I'm talking about.
The describing?
Yeah. I was up till 12:30 this morning trying to get that video knocked out. And I got great people helping. It's just there's so much to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm a good delegator in some things, but other things it's just hard to delegate because – you got to teach.
Sometimes you just have to figure out and work through the problem.
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Work through the problem.
Yeah. So that's what I got all that done last night. I enjoy doing it. But I couldn't. The plan, Braylon, go over there, sweetheart, please. The plan was, Braylon. See, I've got to discipline the little. Braylon, put your bag over there. All right. This is the joy of live with 3.5-year-old.
Here, come here.
Go over there. Go over here. There you go.
There's your bag.
Yeah, there you go. Open it up. Get your snacks. There you go. But my plan was to work on it, yesterday a little bit, and I couldn't because as you can tell, and I'm not saying it in a negative way, but it's just, it's 2 full-time jobs. See, look, that's what I'm talking about, man. So
Doritos for breakfast.
Doritos for
My
breakfast.
favorite.
Yeah, it's all good. Here you go, Braylon. Good thing we're not here on a Wednesday with Kay. She wouldn't approve of this.
Well, you might have to eat a little crow for it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's all right. Braylon, sit in that big girl chair right there, sweetheart.
Yeah, come over here, sit with me.
Yes, you want to sit over with Mr. Jason? Are you going to sit next to him?
Yeah.
She's like, whatever.
She doesn't. It's fine.
So anyways, man, and so the plan was, okay, well, I was going to work on it tomorrow. And see, I'm trying to juggle college. This is our finals week, too.
Is it?
And I'm still a week behind from other work. And luckily, my professor's been generous to me and gracious to me to allow me to be late without penalty. So I've got to finish up that, and then I've got to figure out a way to do my finals this week, too.
How many finals you taking?
Just 2, so it's not bad.
I've got 3.
Yeah. Are you doing 3 classes at once? Yeah, I'm only doing 2, which is 6 hours.
Well, actually, and I'm doing 4 next quarter.
Oh, yeah, man. Get ready, buddy. That's going to be about 40 hours of work. We may just
bare minimum.
Yeah, we may just have to you take a leave of absence, and I'll just put a silhouette of you here on the show.
Yeah, just a silhouette.
You want me to do that for you?
Nah, I think I could go over to Advantage Specialties and get Melissa, to make me a cardboard cutout right quick.
Yeah.
We'll just put a little Bluetooth speaker, and I'll just remote in.
You could, yeah. You just hear, welcome to Taco Bell. This is Jason. Somebody rolled up to Taco Bell the other day. It needs the new AI stuff, and this guy, the voice comes on. Welcome to Taco Bell. May we take your order? And it's AI now. He goes, "Oh yes, I'd like 18,000 tacos," and it started glitching, and the person shut it off and says, "Sir, what do you need?" and took it over because they knew he was playing around.
Yeah.
Oh, but
so it's AI now that when you go to the drive-thru?
Some of them, yeah, it's AI, man. Wasn't that crazy? Yeah, that'll
I don't know, man. I don't like the drive-thru. I got to be honest.
You're not a fan of it?
No, I'm not a fan of the drive-through.
Look, my daughter, watch this. She tapped some. I didn't adjust our cameras. Watch. Look how slow the fade is right here. Look at it. She messed with my video. Look at that. Dude, that looks like one of those glamour shots back in the day. Did you see that? Where, you're in the background?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we won't be adjusting that until break, I guess. So, yeah, anyways, long story short, with the describing finally done, it's a very great week, though. I don't want to sound like, I'm defeated because I'm not, but it is I told Bridge, I said, this is always the busiest week of the year.
It is
for a lot of things, and but I'm thankful for it, man. And the joy of it is seeing these little ones. We had over 110 kids here yesterday.
That's what Miss Molly was telling me this morning.
And man, the video I put together ended up being a little over 4 minutes long, and it was just the kids playing. Mm-hmm. I love our church because we think of things like, if we're gonna rent bounce houses all the time, why don't we just buy some?
Right.
So we ended up buying. We have 3 bounce houses now.
Well, that's cool.
And those were set up, and the kids were having. Most importantly, they're learning about the Lord. I mean, that's what they're here for.
That's what they're here for.
But man, they were having fun and learning and growing. I remember growing up. For me, VBS was where I gave my life to the Lord. David Edwards. I made the altar call. Never forget, during a VBS week, and I went up there and made the altar call. But it was always some of the most fun times. And I always say, when I have children one day, I want them to experience VBS. And that's why when Braylon was, I'm kind of thankful that things worked out the way they did, because otherwise she'd probably be in school this week.
Right.
And so now she's going to hang out with me for a little bit and then hang out at VBS. She told me yesterday, she goes, "Daddy, are we going back to VBS? I want to go."
We were sitting at supper last night, and my grandson Pork Chop, he
Wait, you call him Pork Chop?
Yeah. I'm the only one that gets to call him that, though.
Okay.
He'll tell you. His name's William, but he's Pawpaw's Pork Chop. And we're sitting there, and we've been, all of us been working with him on blessing the meal before we eat.
Oh, okay.
And we get done with that, and he looks over, he goes, "Pawpaw, I go to church with you on Sunday?" "Sure, buddy, you can come to church with us."
Oh, isn't that cool, man?
It is.
That fills you with so much joy, doesn't it?
It does. He's all excited that he gets to come to church on Sunday.
Look at this, man. Brandon, your water bottle's over there. You got ice in it, the purple one, baby. She's my little toot. Mm-hmm. It does. It brings you so much joy whenever the little ones say that, And Braylon, no, baby. Hey, open the other part. That's what I'm talking about. This is like 2 full-time jobs, man. Yeah. Here, I'll get it for you. Come here. So it's funny because, Deneen, your wife's been so gracious helping us out and stuff. But, I mean, we don't have the luxury of just having a grandma here in town that we can just say, "Here, we're going to, drop the kids off today." And so, we do have some people that help, but it's, it's fun. Let's put it that way.
It is. It's always fun.
It's a fun challenge every day. Hey, we want to welcome you in as we get rolling. Thank y'all for being here on this episode of Good Morning Huntsville. We're about 16 minutes into it already today. Let us know that you're out there this morning. Do us a huge favor, like and share this broadcast so we can continue promoting the good here in Huntsville. There is so much good that is happening and so many things that we can be thankful for. And so make sure that you hit that like and share button. Every time you do that, by the way, it ends up helping tremendously. You never know what one little share will lead to.
Oh, you never do.
We've had some episodes now that have reached close to 2,000 views within 24 hours, and that's simply because some of you just hit share. And it doesn't matter if people grab 2 seconds of the show or they grab the entire show. It definitely helps us out. Well, let's take a quick break, Jason. We're going to take a break. I do have some more Cafe Texan to give away this week.
You got Cafe Texan?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dog.
You got a keyword this
People
week?
still say dog. Did you ever say dog like that?
No,
what was
really.
your word growing up?
I don't know.
You didn't have a word?
Not really.
Like bummer or anything like that? My uncle always said bummer. My other uncle, he always said sick.
Sick.
Sick. If you tell him something, that's sick. Mm-hmm. But bummer was the one that, that's what my other uncle always said. He goes, bummer.
Bummer.
I always said, "What's up, dog?" You don't hear that anymore. I asked some young person yesterday, I said, "What do y'all say nowadays?" And it's like, bro, and let me just, before we break, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
If you call me brother, that's cool, man, because we're friends, right? Mm-hmm. But just don't be calling random dudes brother. It's, do you ever do that? I caught myself doing it. I said, I need to stop, because that word is like, I don't know, man. To me, that's like a prestigious word. Like, if you're my brother, you're my close friend, man. And people sling that around, guys especially. Well, hey, brother. I'm like, I don't even know you, man. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Jason? You don't care. It's whatever.
Just whatever. As long as you don't call me late for supper, I'm good.
Perfect, man. Let us know your thoughts this morning on phrases that you hear all the time that are good, or maybe they're not so good. Maybe it's ones that you wish people, and I'm not talking about bad stuff, but I'm talking about if there's a phrase. We did this the other day, but maybe talk about phrases that you like to hear, okay?
Right.
Let's don't do the ones that you don't like. Let's talk about the phrases that you like to hear.
Yes.
That's a lot harder to
share
think
it
of.
with us. We want to see.
Share it with us. We'll take a quick break. Reminder this week, the keyword continues, and it is summer.
Summer.
We saw that text line available for sponsorship as well. I mean, this is great exposure. I want somebody to pick this up so we can actually put your name where it says your name here.
Yeah.
Text in the keyword summer along with your name to 936-339-0139. Again, that's 936-339-0139. Your chance to win Cafe Texan today. If you've never texted in, let today be the day that you say, I'm going to text in that show. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic course. To connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
Back at it now.
Back at it.
Back at it now. Don't get too excited. Hey, you know what? Let's flip gear. Let me just switch the music real quick, Jason. All right.
Switch the music.
There we go. Let's go to a little Your Time to Shine. We haven't did that in a while, have we?
No, we haven't done that in a while.
Your Time to Shine, brought to you by... You know what? That ESPN voice, I can't... That's one reason I don't watch ESPN.
Right.
There's that voice on there. It's...
annoying.
Yes, I don't know who it is. The guy makes a ton of money, but he's like, this part of SportsCenter brought to you by, and it's like real raspy and nasally. Brought to you by Home Depot. Here, everything's better. That's HEB, actually. See, I don't know what I'm ever talking about.
Trying to make fun of Home Depot and talking about HEB.
I don't know, dude. Phyllis Diller joining us. Good morning to you. The PD, the Huntsville Police Department. Phyllis Diller. I call her the HPD. Good morning, Phyllis. What you talking about, Phyllis?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I love about Phyllis?
What's that?
She's a nice lady.
Yep.
And even though it's not, get ready. I wrote this for her back in the day.
Hey Phyllis, it's your birthday. Let's celebrate. Cake in the break room, stacking every plate.
You gotta wait for this. You gotta wait for this part though.
Yeah, at the LC, you're the reason why. Hey Phyllis,
it's not her birthday.
Your birthday, turn it up now. What you talking about, Phyllis? Show 'em how. PD of the FLC, find us in the town.
Phyllis, I had to play it. All right, back at it now. We'll just switch gears again.
People are gonna go, what the heck?
Jamie Saucier is at HMH. We love you, brother. I want to put Nina on I was just showing Jason our new prayer app, and I'm going to put Nina on there, Jamie, if that's okay. We want to pray for her, continue to pray for her.
Yes.
And you, man, we love you, and we know we serve a good God, my friend. I know things are tough right now, but there's always joy in the Lord, my friend. We love you, Jamie and Nina. Jennifer Augustinetti joining us. It's a terrific Tuesday. Y'all have a blessed day now.
Yes, we will.
Y'all get on down there and have a blessed day now.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to comment in that, like, y'all get on down there and have a blessed day now.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn Wheaton, I love it. Autumn, she always says Huntsville fam. Billy will say that too, like, good morning, family.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in. Welcome in, Autumn. Good to see you. Quentin Glaze used to be our number one engager. He's falling off on those early comment lists, though, Quentin, man. You down to like number 6, brother.
I know.
He's still, hey, you got candy all over your finger, baby. Let's go over there, okay? Because Daddy can't get candy on him today, okay?
Can't get candy on you yet.
Not yet. I mean, that'll be with me
That's
the rest
my
of the
neighbor.
That'll be who is that?
The next one up, Sherry.
Who is Sherry?
Yeah.
Look at this.
She lives in the woods by me.
Sherry O'Mara. Did I say that right?
I believe so.
Sherry would be cool though. Thank you for joining us, Sherry. Good to see you. But you know what'd be cool?
What's that?
If her last name was O'Mary.
Okay.
Because then it would be Sherry O'Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be.
Sherry's like, no, it would not. O'Mara's a good name. I know some O'Mara's back in the G-town where I grew up, Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Good morning,
right.
Sherry. How about Deep Clean Texas? We know who that is.
Yes, Sky Carlton.
I'm not getting a deep clean, but I'm getting a clean today. 3 hours, brother.
Are you really?
1 o'clock, deep clean. She had a special, one of those. What do you call it? Like a flash sale going on.
Flash sale.
And she's been, she invests in our platform, and more importantly than that, her and Brad are just good people.
Oh, I'm telling you. She put on the WCRC board chat that she's gonna be able to start coming back.
Oh yeah, she's been busy, man.
Yeah, she's been real busy.
Good to see you. I won't be there today, unfortunately.
Come on, brother.
VBS.
I know.
I won't be there. Autumn Wheaton with us. Autumn right here said, Mr. Rob, you have ruined me. How do you say? Do you say ruined or ruined? Ruined.
Yeah. You got to that's Huntsville.
Bridget says ruined, and I said, sweetheart, it's not pronounced ruined. Up there, Braylon. Say hi, Braylon. Hi, Braylon. She says, Mr. Rob, you have ruined me. Hear you say, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm expecting you to follow up with, I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Phyllis is laughing, by the way, because we sent her that. Yep. You know, someone else, I really don't like this because Facebook has decided yet again, let's change up things again just because everything works, right?
Yeah.
And so I no longer see Braylon, I no longer see the comments anymore unless I physically go to my Facebook feed. I can no longer make it public whenever it's live.
Really?
And so a lot of you comment in on my personal Facebook, like Wally Harmon, good morning, brother, like my sister, who I don't see pop up on the comments anymore.
Right.
Because I have to physically go to it.
Right.
And she says, good morning, happy Tuesday, Huntsville. And hey, Aunt Becky said, good morning, brother. Can you say good morning, Aunt Becky? Can you say that? Oh, wait, she didn't hear you. Say it again right here in the microphone, okay?
Good morning, Aunt Becky.
See, this is the cool age, man. This is the cool age. Are you at the cool age right now? Are you at the cool age, my little tutor, huh? So she is growing up. She said, good morning, Aunt Becky. And my sister says, runt. She also says, if you want to.
If you want to?
If you want to. Y'all come on down there if you want to.
That's it.
But then Rebecca, she moved to like South Dakota for a long time and came back. And then she had a little bit of that South Dakota flair mixed with the Southern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you do that? Like,
I don't know.
It's like, oh, you betcha. But how would you do that as country? Oh, you betcha.
Sound like Goofy, man.
You betcha. It's Jason here. All right. Got a few things for you this morning, Jason.
All right, let's have it.
Well, I have no idea what it is because I did absolutely very limited prep work this morning. Normally, I at least go through and like review a few things. This morning, that it wasn't happening. I was running late. But I do want to say in 1775 on this date, the Revolutionary War Battle of Bunker Hill was fought near Boston.
Okay.
Not really an expert, but I think it was technically the Battle of Archie Bunker Hill.
Maybe.
Oh, you okay, darling? You okay? She took a tumble, but she said, I'm okay, Daddy. I'm okay. It was on this date, 1856, the very first Republican Party convention was held in Philadelphia. You know what the first thing they did was?
No.
We don't get political on this show, but we'll joke about a few things. But that very first convention, the first thing they did was they blamed the Democrats for cracking the Liberty Bell. Very first thing they did.
Doesn't surprise me.
You can believe that. On this date, it was 1885. The Statue of Liberty arrived in New York City. It was aboard the French ship. How do you say that? I-S-E-R-E. Asir. That sounds kind of French. Asir. It was inside IKEA boxes, by the way. A gift from France that they had bought there at IKEA. Mm-hmm. And on the outside of the box, as the phrase became the famous some sort of like French word that stands for some assembly required.
Okay.
Because, we had to put it together a little bit.
Right.
This is really cool. It was on this date in 1828. Amelia Earhart became the first woman to embark on a transatlantic flight from Newfoundland to Wales, the country, not the mammal. Pretty cool, though.
I thought it was pronounced Newfoundland.
What did I say?
You didn't say Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
You said Newfoundland.
Isn't that what it should be pronounced as?
I heard it was Newfoundland.
No, well, I'm not from there.
I'm just saying. I got to pick on you about something.
Well, it's because you're taking 3 classes. I'm only taking 2 at one time. That's why. So I get it. It was 50 years ago, 1972. Some burglars were arrested at the Watergate complex. Of course, that eventually resulted in the resignation of President Nixon. And then check this out. 1976, the skateboard speed record was set at 71.9 miles per hour. That's dangerous.
I do not want to ride a skateboard, period, much less at 79 miles an hour.
The problem is the poor guy never saw that cliff coming, and so he never knew if he broke the record or not.
Really?
Yeah. Today is National Mascot Day today. We were talking about mascots earlier. Kind of funny. National Cherry Tart Day.
Cherry Tart Day.
Cherry Tart today. Apple Strudel Day. National Eat Your Vegetables Day. And man, oh man, I love today because it's National Root Beer Day.
Root Beer Day.
You a root beer guy?
I'll drink a root beer on occasion.
What's really neat is up north.
I don't drink much soda anymore, but
well, a lot of the breweries up north, I would go to them because of this fact. They would have root beer. Mm-hmm. Not only would they brew beer, but many of them up north would brew root beer. There was one up there called Dempsey's that my dad and I went to a few times, and you could take in a growler. And I took in a couple of Is that what they're called? Growlers? The jugs that you put stuff in?
You're telling the story, not me, brother.
I'm getting that right. I may sound like a moron again, like I always do. But you can fill those things with the root beer. Ice cold root beer, man. Mm-hmm. Whoa, it was so good. Good stuff. Summer officially arrives this week. It's going to be Friday evening, our time, 9:42.
9:42 on Friday.
That is when summer will get rolling, so make sure of that. Kind of crazy here, too, if you think about this. The tennis star Venus Williams.
Okay.
Boy, she is 45 years old today.
Really?
Turning 45 already. Superstar. I never really cared for tennis until I heard about Venus and Serena. And then I kind of got a little interested in it because they were just so much fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And you just don't hear of some of these things anymore. A couple of other things real quick. Barry Manilow. You ever jam out to some Barry Manilow back in the day?
I don't believe so.
Put on the old 45s or 72s, and turn on the bubble machine.
No.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. I knew the speed thing because my mother used to have the albums.
We used to have a little adapter you had to put in the middle of the records.
Yeah, for the little ones.
Yeah, to make them run at the right speed.
Yeah.
Well, Barry Manilow, 82 years old today. He made it. So that's him. He took it 82 today. Mm-hmm. Barry Manilow. You know who else is 82?
Who else?
Oh, Newt Gingrich, 82 today.
Really?
The former Speaker of the House, 82 years old. 82 today. You'll never see him in the same place. In Congress, he was Speaker of the House. These days, he's only the speaker for his own house. That's about it for you. 82 today for him. On Eat Your Vegetables Day, researcher Jae-hee Kong of Harvard's Brigham and Women's Hospital found out women who eat broccoli, spinach, and other cruciferous leafy green vegetables fare much better than women who don't on mental tests involving memory, verbal ability, and attention.
Okay.
So sounds like we all need to start eating broccoli, spinach, and other leafy greens a little bit more, especially the ladies. One thing, too, I wanted to mention this. And we'll flip gears here and go a little serious. Did you hear about that India air crash that happened? in India.
I saw something about that. What was it, like a 787? Or?
Yeah, Dreamliner, 787, first one that's ever wrecked, by the way, crashed. They are saying now that this could have been a very rarely, if ever, happens, that both engines failed at takeoff.
Really?
I mean, you'll hear of one engine. They can survive
Right.
on one and come back and land. But they are thinking now that two engines at the same time have failed on that aircraft. Took over 270 souls. Not only a 242 on the plane, or 241 on the plane, and numerous others on the ground. Crashed into a residential medical complex over there.
Ooh.
Literally 30 seconds after takeoff. I mean, it only got up to 400 feet. Could never gain altitude because of those engines, and that was it. But the miraculous part of this, there was a British national that was on that flight sitting in seat 11A. Many of you have heard the story now. He was the lone survivor. New video has emerged on Twitter or the X platform yesterday. It shows this man walking out of the smoke.
Really?
On his phone. He was almost kind of disoriented, but on his phone. He is the lone survivor. And what had happened, the plane had crashed into this building, but there was a pocket on the ground level where when the plane had crashed, he described it as it broke open. He was sitting there in that exit row and was able to walk out of the plane, out of that crack, as quickly as he could. The tragedy to all of this, obviously, with the loss of life, but he's poor guy is now going to have survivor's guilt more than likely. And then the tough part about this is, Jason, is that he described, he didn't go into detail, thank goodness, but he had told that he had seen countless individuals pass away right before his eyes. A miracle coming out of tragedy, but that man is going to have a long road ahead of him. He was fine. He had some cuts and bruises, but it wasn't anything detrimental to his life.
Interesting.
But it's kind of miraculous to think about that this one guy, seat 11A, was able to basically walk. Well, he did. He walked right out of the wreckage. I never knew anybody that was in a plane crash until I'd met a friend of mine, Jerry Schimmel, broadcaster for the Colorado Rockies, and used to do some stuff, I believe, for the T-Wolves back in the day. I'd met him at a basketball tournament, and this is why it's so important. And I want to encourage people today. We talk and lift people up on this show every day, but this is why. Yes, baby? Uh-oh. We got a little girl that needs to go potty. So
guess you better take a break.
So what I'll get at is just take a moment to talk to people and let them know that you're out there. So
all right, we're going to have our famous bathroom break quick.
It's our first ever bathroom break on the show.
I'm telling you.
Braylon's smiling. She said, she just comes with, Daddy, I got to go potty. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
Braylon, hold it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Jason and I will wrap it up when we come back at your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville, first hero.
It is.
So let's play some music so it won't be quiet. We'll be back in a moment. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us. Oh, that's great. We'll be right back. Jason, what about you, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I don't know if you need to take a break.
No, I'm good. I don't need to go to the restroom
You
yet.
know what they always say, man, as you get older and the opportunity presents itself, go for it.
Yeah.
I've learned getting older, brother. If there's a window.
If there's a window
of opportunity for certain things, you better seize the
Take advantage of it.
Better, man, because you never know what's going to happen. So, all right. Hey, so I was going back to that plane crash, with this gentleman, the British national there that survived that. There was a Thai singer who survived a plane crash 27 years ago. That crash took 101 people with it.
Mm-hmm.
But this singer's pointing out that he was also sitting in seat 11A.
Mm-hmm.
Seat 11A. They say that actually the exit rows, you would think that they were some of the most safest.
Right.
But there's some other experts that say that it's actually one of the most dangerous seats on the plane, those exit rows, because you're sitting right on. They're good if the plane, crashes without breaking apart. But if it breaks apart, it's usually night kitty because the gas is all under that wing.
All the fuel that's
there
in that wing.
Yeah, it's all in the wing, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's another person, which is kind of crazy. So,
well, I guess if you get to pick your seats, 11A would be the best pick.
Those may start selling on eBay for a premium.
They may.
Remember back in the day when everybody would put everything on? You don't hear of eBay anymore. I mean, I know it's out there.
It's still out there.
You ever buy on eBay?
I bought a couple things on eBay.
I've sold a few things, but it's been. I remember back in the day there used to be a eBay store. You could walk in and people would sell your stuff on eBay for you. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that.
You don't see any of those anymore.
No.
President Trump and getting into the wireless business now.
Okay.
Yeah, the Trump organization is now getting involved into the wireless phone business with 3 major U.S. carriers. They're going to start a new service called Trump Mobile.
Trump Mobile.
5G service, unlimited plan, the 47 plan. How cool.
The 47?
And guess what the price is? I kid you not.
What is it?
$47.45 a month. Not making this up, man.
Okay.
The Trump Mobile plan. Trump, I got something for you, buddy. Not talking political, but you know what I pay? I pay $360 a year for my 5G phone service through Mint Mobile. It's perfect. I never have any issues. And I pay it annually, $360, and I'm done for the year. I don't have another phone bill. And some people are paying that per month, with all these family lines. This Mint Mobile is awesome, man. I've been on it for 3 years now. I was on I called it the Homie Network, man. I was on Cricket I loved Cricket, man. Me and all my homies, we were on Cricket, brother. It was the best. But then this Mint came out, and it was like $10 a month cheaper, and it said it was better. And they always say they're better.
They always do.
And so I had to leave my friends, man, and switch over to Mint Mobile. But I've been extremely happy. Mint's been great.
Awesome.
So, a couple of other things here today. Today's impossible question. Millions of people between the ages of 25 and 34 say they always call someone to help them with what? What would you think it is?
I have no idea.
It's kind of a dumb answer, to be honest.
It probably is.
Yeah, 25 to. This just speaks a lot about. Y'all need to get with the program. That's my father-in-law's phrase. Get with the program.
Get with the program.
And he's right. 25 to 34 ask this a ton, and it's one of those that you better get with the program.
Well, just enlighten us.
Hanging a picture, that they need to call someone to get help with hanging a picture. Can you believe this, Jason?
Yeah, I can. It's our education system is failing us. They took out the shop class.
There's an old pastor that used to say this. And it wasn't he's still pastoring. He also writes leadership books. John Maxwell. And he talks about, in a nice way, because he's a nice, but he talks about people that just, I've got quite a few, bolts loose up here, man. You know me. I'm talking about, I'm going to do some describing this morning. Nobody knows what that is. So that's, But John Maxwell said this. He goes, well, people like that. His phrase is this: they walk among us.
They walk among us.
They walk among us. So be careful. They walk among us. Learn how to hang a picture, guys, please. A couple of did you knows. 1 in 3 of us have sent a text message in our sleep. 1 in 3 people have sent a text message in their
Well,
sleep.
you must be the one.
I have. I've been in. It's not like you're completely asleep, but you're out of it, and you wake up and you're like, did I send a text? And you look and you're like, yes, I did. That's never happened to you. It's happened to me. 18% of us, for those that are in the dating scene, you and I, Jason, been out of that scene a very long time. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. But 18% of us have broken up with someone because they cheered for a different NFL team. 18% of people. 65% of women, they won't let their man repair their car, by the way.
Well, I don't blame them.
Man, don't touch my car, honey. I'm going to take it down the street and get rid of it. 65%. Yeah. Close to 60% of people say they make healthier food choices when they go out to eat with other people. I can agree to that. If I go out if it's just Bridget and I, man, I'll say, let me get this, and that. But then you go with a group of people, and like 5 of them order a water, and then you feel like, I don't want to be the only guy ordering a sweet tea, so then I'll order a water. So, yes, I do agree with that one.
If he's going by himself to eat, it's going to the place with the yellow arches.
Oh, buddy, I can't wait to go there today. It's been a couple of days.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe it. I'm loving it, brother. Not. 14% of drivers have accidentally backed into their own garage. I've never done that. Have you?
I've never really parked in my garage.
Have you ever been in an auto accident?
Oh, yes. Several.
Are you at liberty to describe one of them or something?
Why?
I don't know.
It's not fun.
Was it your fault or the other person's fault?
Probably mine some of the time. Other people's fault some of the time.
I totaled my old Jeep. I loved that Jeep, buddy. I had a cherry red Jeep Wrangler. No, not Wrangler, Cherokee. The old box style.
The old box Cherokee.
Man, I love that vehicle. It's my favorite. To this day, it's my favorite car. If I could ever buy one again, I would. It was a 1999 Cherokee Sport 4x4. Cherry red, beautiful condition, so much fun to drive. And I'm cruising, and I always said, one day at this 4-way stop, I said, somebody's going to hit somebody because everybody thinks it's their turn when it's not. Well, guess what day it was? It was my day for that to happen. It was your day? It was a little old lady that was in her 80s, and I had went, and she decided to go, and she hit me at just the right angle to where it literally totaled my Jeep, and that was the end of it. An hour later, I go to the hospital because at the time I didn't think anything had happened, but I had remembered my head slammed into the glass when she hit me with enough force that it caused my head to slam into the glass, and everything was fine. But I'll never forget this sweet little lady. She gets out of her car and starts yelling and cussing.
Oh, really?
And I just knew that it was going to be my fault, even though she ran into me, because here I am, some young punk kid, 17, 18 years old, and here's this little sweet little lady that back then nobody had the phones recording all this stuff. But they're going to say, well, it was that punk's fault, not hers. Luckily, it was her fault. And she was okay. I was okay.
That's all that counts.
That was the only big wreck, and I hope to goodness I never am in another one. I've had little bumps before. I was at a Whataburger line one time and slipped and hit the gas and ran into someone in front of me. They were pretty upset. I said, what are you upset about? It tore up my car. It didn't even do anything to yours. And outside of that, I don't think nothing. Bridget one time, it's funny, when we first started dating, I was letting her drive I did have a Jeep Wrangler, had it all jacked up and big tires on it. And I'll never forget, she kind of comes at me real slow. I was like, I need to talk to you. And I said, what? And she goes, well, I got into a wreck with your Jeep. I said, well, are you okay? Yeah. I said, then fine. The Jeep's repairable. And I wasn't even upset about it. And I walked in. She had it parked in her aunt's garage. I guess she had it over to her aunt's for some reason. She goes, well, I need to show it to you. So we went over there. And I looked. I said, everything's fine. And she goes, well, you didn't look at the other side. I looked at the other side. All the fenders were gone. All of them. I'm like, how do you lose all the... And what she did, she hit a deer. And it ripped off all the fenders.
All the fenders.
And boy, there was meat and hair all over the side of that Jeep. And then I noticed it also jacked up the steering, so that was all, and something else got bent. It was quite a bit of damage from the deer, man. But I'll never forget that whenever she's, well, I need to talk to you. And other than that, I can't really think of anything. I was lucky in high school, Jason. I had an old 89 F-150.
89.
Maroon, extended cab. And this thing, you could drive it through anything, and it wouldn't matter because it already was all scratched up, and it was my dad's old truck. Stick shift, man, floor.
Stick shift.
Was that what they used to say, like 4 on the floor?
4 on the floor.
But I think it had like 6 on the floor.
They didn't have 6-speed back then.
Yeah, 89 F-150? Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, no, they didn't. They had overdrive.
Probably had a 5-speed.
Yeah, it's 5, but they called it like overdrive.
You went 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, and then O.
And then you went into the O for overdrive.
Overdrive.
Put it in the big gear.
That's what I learned to drive on, man. I learned to drive stick shift, man. And I miss the days.
I still own a stick shift.
It's fun, isn't it?
It don't bother me.
It was fun because back in the day, my mom worked at the Weston Nursing Home for years, and she spent so many years working there. But she didn't drive, so we'd go pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, I'd go pick up my mother sometimes. When I was like 12, 13 years old. He couldn't go get her, so he said, "Son, I need you to go get your mother." Well, it was 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am, a little kid driving. It was cool. This is the way it used to be, friends. Y'all know. The young people don't know, but y'all know. Us, we know.
Yeah.
My dad would stack up. He said, "Take these phone books, put them on there," and he'd say, "Wear my baseball cap and wear it forward so you look older." And then somehow I could reach those pedals and shift that thing, and I'd go pick up my mom was livid. "What are you doing getting me?" I said, "Well, Dad said he couldn't come get you." So here I was going to get my mama, but it was about a 2-mile drive, and you had to cross some busy roads.
Yeah.
But I thought I was sitting Jake, man. I was like, this is legit.
You thought you was it.
I was cruising, driving illegally, man. It was what I'm talking about, brother, back in the day. No one cared back then, though. It wasn't a big deal.
Well,
we
did some things in those times that you couldn't do today.
Well, I think that's.
I mean, I had my first job, and I drove from where I currently live to Beat Eyes without a driver's license for almost a year.
Really? My grandmother.
I even hauled hay and would deliver hay to the feed store in New Waverly, Texas. Had a contract with them, and I did not have a driver's license.
And they didn't care. They just wanted their hay.
They just wanted the hay, and I wanted to make money.
Did you ever roll up and be like, "Hey"?
First time I ever rolled up with a load of hay, I think I had about 90 bales on the trailer, and I think we actually made it in there with 10 because we sold all the hay off of the trailer before we could get it in the store.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, things have definitely changed. I don't want to say I miss the old days. I want to have the attitude of, and then here's the inspiration.
I'm just glad we didn't have camera phone things.
Yeah. Everybody'd be in trouble. Everybody, all y'all would be in trouble. Don't sit there and act like you never did anything. I used to have this mentality of like, man, I miss those old days. And yeah, there are things that I miss about the past. You know, I miss going to San Antonio games. I miss the Big Three, Duncan, Ginobili, Park. I miss things like that. But I also, here's the inspiration. We can't live in the past. And I've always said, if you're looking in that rearview mirror, you're not looking at what's right in front of you.
That's it.
And so today I want to encourage you to move your eyes.
And if you guys notice, the rearview mirror's like about that big. And how big's the windshield?
Enormous.
Well, I think we need to be looking forward.
That's right, man. Quit glancing up just slightly and just look in front. And I've always believed this. No matter what you're going through this morning, some of you may be in the worst scenario or situation imaginable. There are so many bad things that happen to really good people. But I want to encourage you this morning to have faith, to know that the Lord is with you. And here's what I always say. And it's hard when you're in that season, man. I've been there. I get it 100,000%. But have the mindset, through faith, that the best is yet to come. And you have to hold on to that hope. You have to hold on to that faith. Now, as a believer, the best really is yet to come because you're going to get to see the Lord face to face, and you're going to get to be in heaven, and that's it. I mean, it don't get any better than that.
No.
Speaking of which, I started getting into these podcasts about like NDEs, near-death experiences. I won't go off on a tangent on this, but it all started because of Odell Rochelle. I mean, he had told me a couple things. I want to have Odell on the show. We've talked to share an experience that he had when his heart stopped beating at the VA this last year. Just a miraculous story of life and hope and it was an answered prayer because that was right when my dad had passed. And I said, Lord, provide somebody that can just tell me something to put me at peace because I don't know how to process this. And I didn't tell Odell anything about any of this. And he enlightened me with this story. And then he told me, he said, I want you to know, young man, the Lord is always there for you no matter what. I said, Odell, have I got a story to tell you what I just prayed about earlier today. And you answered that prayer. And he didn't know anything about it. And then the other day I was getting a haircut, and he had told me about a story of a gentleman by the name of Don Piper. 1989. It's on the Trinity Bridge, coming back from
I have that book at home.
You got it. Yeah, 90 Minutes in Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just an unbelievable story.
I haven't read it yet, but I have it.
Well, the thing is, too, when you hear of these things, you think, well, there ain't no way. That's somebody hallucinating or something. But then when it starts happening close to home, and then people that you know then you start to think maybe there is something to this. You know, you got to be careful, though. You got to be careful. But maybe there is something to it. And I think it's and then with Don's story, 4 paramedics said this guy's gone, and then the trooper rolls up and says the same thing. They put they literally put the tarp or the plastic over the car, waiting for the coroner to get there. They don't call the coroner unless they know that person's gone, right? I mean, you've been in that. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much would check and see if they had any vital signs.
And it's not like you just go up and be like, he's not here. Y'all do a full check.
Usually.
And you'll know that this person's not here anymore, right?
Yeah, usually we would verify it with a cardiac monitor.
So, I mean, this was one of those things that here's a guy, and so they were in no rush. I mean, yeah, the traffic was back because that was the only bridge there at the time. Was that 19? Is that right?
Yeah, Highway 19.
So that was the only bridge. So they wanted to. But here's the deal. I mean, apparently this gentleman's heart stopped beating. He had such bad injuries that if his heart would have been beating, he would have lost all that blood. And then the other pastor comes up, and he felt that the Lord was telling him to go pray for a man that just got into a wreck. He was also at this it's a Baptist pastors conference, and this man told the officer, like, no, you need to let me go pray. The guy goes, well, there's a couple people there. They're fine. You can go pray for him. He goes, no, I need to go pray for the man in that car. And he goes, that man in that car's dead, man. You ain't praying for him. He goes, no, I need to. And the guy was like, all right, well, go do what you want. And he opens up the trunk because that's the only way he could get in through the car, and reaches in through the trunk and prays for this man and starts to pray for him and starts to sing, what a friend we have in Jesus. And all of a sudden, Don starts singing with him. Isn't that unbelievable?
It's interesting.
And then he's like, hey, he's singing. And the paramedics are like, no, he's not. This guy's gone. No, he's singing. And the pastor tells him, if you're not, I'm going to lay in this road, and you're going to have to run me over now to get things moving. He's alive in there. And they come, and of course he's alive. They use the jaws of life. They get him out. He ends up having 34 surgeries over 13 months or so, and in a hospital bed for 13 months. And got depressed, obviously, and some things had happened. But now he sees the purpose through all of this. And I wanted to say one thing, because Joe Rogan had a podcast on this with some other guy. And I'll end with this here briefly about, well, there's something in your brain, whenever that moment comes to where you're kind of at the end or something's happened to you. He said, well, there's a chemical, that there's something in your brain. And, and that's what I used to think. There's something in there, that makes you start to think about things.
Right.
But here's what changed my whole mindset on this, Jason.
What's that?
How is it that people that have been blind from birth, completely blind from birth, they have no way of describing vision because they don't know vision. There's been scientific research on folks who have been blind their entire life. In fact, they don't even dream imagery. They just dream sounds. They'll hear. Other senses become more activated, smell and sound. And I've had dreams where I can smell and where I can see. I mean, well, obviously, but I mean dreams where I can hear and where I can smell. So I understand that concept. But how is it, when there's a guy that's done tons of research on some of these things, how is it that blind people can have a experience like this and describe everything in detail, and the doctors are like, how do you know this? And they said, because I've seen it. Whatever you think vision is, I've seen this. That's what changed my mind. And I said, okay, there's something to this then. So just I mean, it's cool stuff to think about, but most importantly, you can't get wrapped up in all that. You got to get wrapped up in what the Lord says. And the Lord says, I have prepared a place for you, for those that believe. And so that's the number one thing, is you got to have a relationship with the Lord. You can have all these fun thoughts about, oh man, heaven's this and that. And hell's real too. I want to encourage you. I want to tell you that, not to encourage you, but to tell you the truth. Hell exists as well. And that's a place that I don't want to go, and I don't want any of my friends or anybody to go to.
There's no air conditioning there.
No, it's not a place that anybody would want to go. And there's been people who've claimed to see some of that. That's a whole other story. But Anyways, if you get a chance, Don Piper's story, the book, 90 Minutes in Heaven, really great read.
Mm-hmm.
They have a movie. The movie's all right, but the book's even better. But I encourage you, just go drive to the Trinity Bridge, and that Memorial Bridge, they call it now. You can pull over on the side and you can kind of walk on the side. And that's what I did, man. I the other day I did a little quick video. You probably saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
And I stopped over there, and I felt this really calm presence over me and said, you know what, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought for you guys. We didn't have a whole lot. I'm going to text a winner after the show today. We didn't have a lot of people texting in this morning, and we got to get rolling because I've got to go set up some stuff for VBS. So, Jason, any final comments, man? I know I've been yakking a lot, but what else is going on in your world, man?
Nothing, brother. Just going to go get these tests knocked out.
All right, well, good luck with it, man.
Yeah.
What about
you better get yours?
What about Guardian Defense, man? How can people connect with you? What do you got going on at the at Guardian Defense, man?
I have nothing going on today until I get these tests done. That's what I'm going to tell you.
All right, so if you go to the website, guardiandefensellc.com, and you call Jason, you may not get a call back right away.
May not get a call back. Text me.
May not get a text back.
Maybe this evening.
Hey, where's Kyle at, by the way?
I was wondering that myself for somebody who was
all excited,
supposed to come this morning. He's like, "What time are you leaving?" I said, 6:45, so we can go in and visit Miss Molly. And I got up, I fixed coffee, and just crickets, brother, just crickets.
Well, I guess we're going to take his Cafe Texan gift card. That's for sure.
I think I'm just going to keep it.
Hey, bring your little ones up here to First. VBS all week long. You can come any day, but the more you wait, the longer it gets. VBS has been phenomenal. Gets underway every day. In fact, right now they're going to start. People are already starting to fill in the sanctuary, the young ones, and then they split up all sorts of activities and games. Come be a part of that. I'm going to leave you with a video when we sign off of a recap from yesterday, just so you can see some of the excitement. So, a lot of fun. Jason, thank you, man. It's been great today, brother.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Kay Boning, Rick Boning, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We'll also have Kat from the Cat Cafe joining us. She had a little visit from Texas Country Reporter she's going to talk about tomorrow, which is really good exposure for our community. As I end every show, reminding you, friends, this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I guarantee somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you, Jason.
See you.
Let me hear you make some noise.
I wonder how you hold them in the sky. I hear the wind and I wonder how you whisper through the night. Every part of this creation tells me of your love and light. I wonder how you love me like you do. I wonder, every day your word is true. You're amazing, so amazing. You're the reason that I sing. I wonder, you're my savior, you're my king. I see my friends and I wonder how you made us each so bold. Different voices, different stories, still one body, one big soul. You're the artist, we're the canvas, every color in your glow. I wonder how you love me like you do. I wonder, every day your word is true. You're amazing, so amazing. You're the reason that I sing. I wonder, you're my savior, you're my king. I see my friends and I wonder how you made us each so bold. Different voices, different stories, still one body, one big soul. You're the artist, we're the canvas, every color in your glow. I wonder how you love me like you do. I wonder, me. God, you never let go. When I ask, you answer. When I seek, you show me. When I knock, you open. You're the truth I know. I wonder